This is going to be a very special review because it's going to be my first ever posthumous album review. I'm referring to Mac Miller's Balloonerism. Let's get right into it. I normally wouldn't review an album like this because it is a posthumous release. I don't really love posthumous albums, especially because a lot of the times the record label uses it as a cash grab and doesn't really feel like it's authentic coming from the artist. But in this case, Mac Miller's estate and his mom authorized this and really felt that it was beautifully done. He'd actually recorded this back in 2014 to 2016, but had kind of shelved it off, thinking that it was a little too abstract or out there for his fans. And to be honest, it is pretty abstract. A lot of jazz rap, a lot of instrumental outros, staggered flows, spoken word kind of verses rather than his singing and rap styles that we're normally accustomed to. But it is very well done. It has some kind of spooky references, but also very beautiful concepts and connections. In the song Family Hallucination, he has a line that says, "No one on the other side of the telephone." And if we go to the last song of the album, Tomorrow We'll Never Know, there's a long outro, about 3 to 4 minutes, of just a dial tone and a phone ringing, but no one actually answering. It is very sad considering that he has passed and is no longer there to actually answer that phone. Another really coincidental and spooky line that he has is on the song Funny Papers. He mentions that it is very surprising, or he never thought that someone could die on a Friday. But then if we actually look at when he passes, which is September 7th, 2018, that is actually a Friday. Hopefully that wasn't planned. It was just coincidental. It's something to show about the writing on this album and how sad it can be and how it actually ties to real life. A lot of the subject matter on this album is very beautifully done, and his concepts are very cool, as he does always tackle a lot of issues with suicide and drug abuse, but he does talk about youthfulness and being in that state of when you were a kid, your biggest problems were just in the playground, that you just had vegetables as your biggest enemies, and now as an adult you deal with so much worse issues and problems, kind of showing that his concepts of change, and as well as like what does death actually feel like in the song Rick's Piano. There's a lot of beautiful concepts, super well done. The production is lo-fi and jazz rap, and he's able to float in and out with his verses as well as provide exceptional background vocals. Oh, the only thing I didn't really love is his alter ego Delusional Thomas in the song Transformations. Not the biggest fan of that kind of vocal effect, and felt like the lyrics were kind of just like all over the place. Overall, this album is very thought-provoking. It is very beautiful, as I've said before. It takes a lot of time to get used to, but once you get immersed in that sound, I promise you, you will not regret it. And it really shows off his creativity, his approach, his writing, and it made me an even bigger Mac Miller fan now. My old favorite Mac album was Swimming, but I think it's actually this one. I would give Mac Miller's Balloonerism a 9 out of 10. Rest in peace, Mac Miller, and I'll see you all in the next review.